Welcome, everyone. This is Progress Mindset Podcast, a lifestyle podcast where we talk about everything from lifestyle, personal health, growth, development, everything to help you be a better you and to grow into a better you. I'm your host, Afia, and I'm with my co-host, Franz.
Oh yeah.
And we are getting into part 2 of our investment episode. All right, let's get into it. Franz,
Woo. What up? What up?
what is going on with you? What's on your mind today? How you feeling?
Not much. I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself? Hope everyone is doing well. How are you, Afia?
I'm doing great. It's the weekend.
Oh yeah. you you ready to party in the house?
In the house.
Yeah,
That's how we
man.
do it.
Yeah, it's still a little crazy out there. Still COVID season.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's we try to make the best out of the weekends. But, it's all good. We healthy, we alive, we blessed. So that's
That's
fine.
it.
Yeah, man. So what you been up to?
You know me, my everyday, trying to build my empire.
Working.
Working
Yeah.
slowly trying to get into my empire.
Yeah, it's crazy. But have you been paying attention to the news? And because I know I'm not a big news person, I
Mm-hmm.
barely watch the news. But social media, along with everything else, when some stuff happen, everything is being posted. People are
Yeah.
constantly talking about it. And lately, a lot of things that I've been seeing is just been a lot of massive shooting and a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff, man. And I don't know if it have to do, for a lot of it have to do with with the situations that we've been going through. Because we already passed a year of going into the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I know, a lot could do. A lot of that could have. Um, I would say a lot of what's going on might have a lot to do with the pandemic as well. People are stressed. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Folks are just in the house. There's not that much to do.
Mm-hmm.
People are overwhelmed. So that could be a part of it too. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know. Though it just seems like every day you wake up is something else. Um, yeah, the only thing I could think of, maybe everyone is just having cabin fever.
Yeah.
So
You know, I'm,
we could just pray every day and take it one step at a time.
yeah. You you read my mind because that's the most we can do. Just play your part. And just try to be nice to your neighbors. Try to support and try to understand. That we all going through this. Time is definitely hard. So just take it one day at a time. And then we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely crazy. So people still have to try their best to protect themselves. Because Corona is still out there. I know the states are opening up. A lot of businesses are starting to increase, like as far as capacity and time, and like bars, and I know even clubs. I know movie theaters are open.
Yeah, I saw that the
Um,
other day.
Especially out here in Jersey, because I'm in between, back and forth from New York
Mm-hmm.
and Jersey. But I know in Jersey we probably moving a little bit faster than New York, because
Yeah.
yeah, so a lot of things seem to look a little normal out here, but people still have to be careful. Just still wear your mask. Practice social distance, and just be careful out there. Protect yourself, protect your family. Just be safe. Be safe. Be safe. So today we're gonna be talking about the second part of investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
That's it. Very exciting. Money management.
Okay. Oh yeah, hey man, we did promise the people that we're gonna be talking a lot. Those were one
Yeah,
of the main subjects that we said we was gonna talk about, you know,
we
invest.
hitting it with the finance today.
That's it. That's it. We we sticking to our words.
We are.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is just like an introduction topic, eventually we're gonna have real life professionals, later on in the series dive deeper into investment and things like that. So
Right.
you get like a more broader perspective based, not just based on our own personal knowledge
Exactly. You
and
know,
things like that.
yeah, like you said, we are students of the game. We a lot of these things we talk about, we going through the process, you know, we practicing it. We're not just talking about it, we actually doing it, you know. So a lot of the things that we talk about in these podcasts, these are things that we going through in our life. We actually, you know, doing these things, you know, and trying to see what result we get. You know, as we
Mm-hmm.
get result, we share it with the folks. But you know, yeah, just you know, as you learn things, is good to share. You know, it's not what 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 sense does it make to to learn things and just keep it to yourself. You know,
Each one teach one.
exactly. So you know, that's mainly what this podcast is about. You know, we learning a lot of stuff in life, a lot of positive things, and then we just passing it along. You know, as the best way that we can. You know, like you said, as we get more deep dive more into this podcast, we will open more doors, start more conversation, have more people involved. We already have a people waiting on standby, you know, to participate, to come in into the podcast and talk about, you know, their journey and talk about their success, you know. So I know I have a couple people, so eventually we'll get into those things later episodes. So go ahead, Miss Sophia. You kick it in with your investment lesson.
Okay, so when it comes to like investing and saving money, anybody that knows me knows that I'm all about saving that coin, saving that money.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna just talk a little bit about just like my top 4 or 5 investment tips that I've been doing to help grow my money.
Mm-hmm.
There's many different ways that you can invest. You can invest in your retirement. You can invest in real estate. You can invest in stocks, bonds, even your savings account. There's many different moves you could make sure that your money transitions as you're saving it.
Right.
All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is investing in retirement. I know sometimes it sounds far away if you're in your 20s, if you're in your teens and things like that, but for those people who don't have like a 401k for their job, you can invest in an IRA. And an IRA is a savings account that you put aside, that you put in yourself, money that you put in yourself in the bank, that you set aside for your savings when you retire. Usually like when you're like 59 and a half, it is when you could withdraw from a IRA.
Right.
But still, that's kind of towards the age where we retire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are 2 types of IRAs. There's a Roth IRA, which one you save outside of your job, and these IRAs, it help you save on your taxes too. You get tax reductions also. Like, so when you're doing your taxes, you could file anything that you contribute or withdraw. But again, I'm not a tax professional.
You sure? Are you sure?
I am licensed to do taxes, but I'm not a
Exactly.
tax professional. So everything that I give you, again, it's just based on my advice and experience, but take the time to talk to a professional when you're diving in deeper. Again, so a Roth IRA, you contribute after your tax dollars. Your money grows tax-free. Okay, you can make tax and penalty-free withdrawals after age 59 and a half. Anything that you withdraw before that age, it gets taxed 10%, unless it's for a house, education, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a traditional IRA, again, you contribute pre-tax or after-tax dollars. Your money grows tax-free, and you get penalties again for withdrawals after before age 59 and a half. After age 59 and a half, your money is taxed as current income.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, I guess the difference between a Roth IRA, the major difference between the two is when you have a Roth IRA, you invest expecting to make more money in the future than what you're currently making. With a traditional IRA, you expect to make the same or less.
Right.
That's why with a traditional IRA, your money is taxed as your current income.
Mm.
So for me personally, I have a Roth IRA because I'm expected to be rich.
Put it in
So I
the
don't want
air.
my I
Put
don't
it
want
in
my
the air.
money to stay the same. So for me it just makes more sense. Again, you could put up to like $6,000 a year you can contribute annually with the Roth IRA that I have. And I think they're pretty much mostly up to $6,000. But again, do your research, learn about this. Go on sites such as Investopia, um, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, John Hancock. Even YouTube videos can help you dive a little bit more deeper on Roth IRAs and things like that. But it's definitely an option if you do not have a job with a 401k. I know sometimes while we're settling in our careers, you know, as we're switching jobs, our funds from our 401k, if we do have one, rolls over. Me personally.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm, navigating my career and things like that, I have a Roth IRA so that I could still have savings backup while my 401k is growing.
Right.
So, what about you, Franz? Do you know anything about IRAs, or
Right.
you
But
contribute? Are you interested in any of those?
definitely, definitely. I mean, I'm very interested in investing, and whether it's into stock, 401k, like you mentioned. As far as the IRA, I don't have an IRA yet, but this is one of actually something that I'm planning on doing this year is starting that up. But as far as the stock and everything else, I am an investor. I'm investing in that
Mm-hmm.
now. Learning the curve because it's a process. You gotta do a lot of research, but it's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start small. You don't have to be a professional to really start investing into stocks. To be honest with you, because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like let me just piggyback. My basically my definition of investing is someone that's take action. You take action now. That can improve your future. So basically, the little bit that you're doing now to invest into stocks or whatever's your 401k, whether you saving 1%, half of a percent, 2%, 5%, it doesn't matter. As long as you start, it doesn't matter what you start with. It's just about being consistent. You just got to get in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Who? I mean, my question would be, who should invest? I feel like everyone should invest. Like don't be left out. You It doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter what you have. Um, Whether you have little or a lot, just get in the game. Just try to get in front of it, and just try to secure your future. And just by starting to invest into yourself and invest into your family, because what you do now can determine what's gonna happen in the future for you and your family. What?
Build that wealth.
Yes. So why should you invest? like I said, to just to have a better way, to have a better future, just to have some hope. Because you might invest into something now, and then you just, whether it's in real estate or whether it's in stocks or whatever it is, and you start small. Whether you're not seeing much result right now because you just started and it's small, but who knows? 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be. Who knows what's gonna happen a few months or a few years from now. Like I said, you have to be in the game to know, because if you just sitting in the sideline being saying that, oh, I don't know anything about investing, I'm not a business person, or I don't know nothing about stocks and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna wait on it, and see what happens. Maybe someone might come around and show me, but that's never gonna happen. If you want to learn, it's so easy now, like to just go on YouTube. Like, I'm just go on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff that you can learn for beginners. Like, if you want to learn about stocks and then you're a beginner, they have actually steps for beginners on YouTube that can teach you. Me and Afia, that's where we started. We went on YouTube and started learning as beginners, and we have friends, that's out there that's trading, because you also have to ask people too. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
folks, a lot of folks that know things sometimes are just waiting for you to ask. I know not everyone like to share or their success or share of how they're making money and how they're having success, but a lot they have a lot of real people out there that if you ask, they will show you and they will tell you, what step to take. So don't feel like, just because you don't know anything about it, that you can't learn. Just reach out, or if you're uncomfortable of asking somebody, like I said, just go on certain platforms like YouTube and learn. Just put down, I want to learn about stocks or whatever. Then plenty of videos are gonna pop up, and I'm sure when you at home sometime trying to enjoy a nice movie on YouTube, or you trying to watch a video, that's all that pops up anyway. Guys trying to like tell you about stocks, they try to tell you about different type of investment, real estate, whatever it is. They they always interrupting. I know that happens to me a lot. Like, it comes to the point where sometimes you have to skip that. But those are all educational stuff, things that you can learn. I mean, not all of it is like always 100% true, but then you have to pick and hear what's right for you. Just do your research, and then they have a lot of people that educated people that's educated in that background, that can help you. um don't let people or your negative mindset determine your future of success. As you will have Don't let that happen, because most of the time, like, the first thing that will come into your mind is that, oh, like I said before, like, oh, I don't know anything about this certain things. I don't know anything about stock. I don't know anything about real estate, so I can't do it. Just don't let people try to put you down. Don't let people tell you that you can't do it because you don't have a background on that stuff, or you didn't go to school for that. Don't let nobody determine your financial future, because you can always teach yourself new things. You can always pick up little things. And like I said, if you don't know something, you can always learn. You can always ask. So, try not to let that happen. When your inner self tell you that you can't do something, this is when you should take action. Be like, why not? Ask yourself why can't I do it? That should be the question that you ask yourself when that little when that little thought come in your head. Oh, I can't do something. Just ask yourself, why not? Why not me? Everybody else is doing it. A lot of people are having success. Why can't I have success? So, I would say, this is something that you should practice. Constantly practice that, overriding your thoughts. When you have those negative thoughts that you can't do something, why can't I do it? So, another thing, takes action, and by you taking action to do these things, it can change your family's legacy. It can definitely do that, because what you are investing into now can definitely turn out to something big in the future. Like I said, it could be small now, but think a lot of things that were small in the past are humongous now. For example, look at Amazon. Look at Tesla, right, Afia? You can contest to
Mm-hmm.
that. Look at those things. When in the beginning, you know how cheap those stocks was. If you had invested into those things a couple of years from now, you know how much money you would make. So it's just, we're not telling you what to invest into, but we're just giving you some examples. Like I was starting with the Amazon. These are things, these are these are businesses that's booming right now. It's a whole lot of it's a big platform out there. There's a lot of things that you can do, that you can, to invest into yourself. Just because you came from a Hey, what's up? What's up? If you want to hear more on this podcast episode and other recorded episodes, head over to the App Store and subscribe to Progress Mindset. That's Progress Mindset Podcast on all podcast platforms. You don't want to miss out. See you there. It's a good girl, turn me on.